VVVVVV. This game has a reputation for being one of the kings of the indie game genre. For those who've never heard of it, it's a game made by Terry Kavanagh where you play Captain Viridian, who is in charge of a spaceship that ends up crashing. It sucks to suck. As a last-ditch effort to escape, y'all teleport on out to find some dimensional disturbance that separated y'all. You use your powers of flipping gravity to go find your friendos and save the day. Yay! This simple little game has gotten nothing but praise and deserves every bit of it. And if you've never played it before, I recommend you play it right this second. You can get it on Steam for like $5, or you can get it on your 3DS or Xbox Live Arcade, and it's even available in the Apple Store. I just checked. You can get it as an app for $2.99. There's no reason not to get it now. Pause the video, get it, really. Button's right there. Push it, get it. So now that you all have gotten it, let's continue. I could spend the entire video here focusing on every little detail and what makes it so good. But that would make this video kind of, long, unfocused. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to highlight a certain part of the game that is notoriously difficult, but feels amazingly rewarding, and is probably, definitely, my favorite part of the game. And that part is known as Veni, Vidi, Vici. Veni, Vidi, Vici is considered to be the hardest level of the game, and beating it rewards you with a shiny little trinket, which is one of the bonuses. Beating it leads to reactions such as this.
Yes!
Yeah!
Very cool!
Oh wow, 22.
Oh my...
And you also have the checkpoint too, so you can die if you want. Although you can find the easy way around there.
Oh my god.
Okay. As you can see, it's kind of a big deal. So what makes this level so iconic and makes it feel so good to beat? Like, yeah, I've played games in my time with really hard levels, Super Meat Boy, Mega Man. I even beat a boss or two if I want to be the guy, but when I beat this level, I wanted to show my friends the recording, just to show off my accomplishment. Now, why is that? What makes beating this level feel so good? That was a lot creepier than I meant for it to sound. Well, before we look at the level itself, we need to look at the context of it and the way that this level is built up, which is probably the biggest contributing factor, to be honest. So you're making your way around this really big level, trying to avoid, stop signs and lies and... what the hell? And you're having a good time. Suddenly, you come to this room called the Warning. Now, the first thing you'll notice about this room is the row of checkpoints along the top. Now, it doesn't take a genius to know that many checkpoints is a little bit unnecessary. But when tied with the name The Warning, you know some serious shenanigans are in your future. You don't run through the checkpoints yet. Rather, you're put on the other side, looking in. In fact, you're put on a conveyor belt so you're only exposed to this little warning long enough to process that it is a warning. And just like that, you're on to the next screen. And you're making your way through these levels, but at the very back of your mind, you remember that warning. You're thinking, oh man, something big's coming up. It builds tension. Whether it's the kind of tension you feel the night before Christmas, or the tension you feel when you just know something bad is about to happen in a scary movie. In this, it's kind of like a gameplay tension. And as you go through the level, the tension builds and builds as you wonder what on earth you were being warned about. Now, after a couple screens, you finally pass the warning, and all that tension is finally released into, well, first, nothing. So no real tension release. No feeling of, oh man, this must be the hard part, let's kick its butt, I'm ready. I was born ready, I got my flip... I don't know. You do get to see a part of it, so you know that specific part of it at least looks really hairy, with all the spikes and stuff, so if anything, that turns up the tension even more. Here the game gives you sort of a choice, with going either up or down. Now, earlier on in the game, we've learned that if we follow the path of adversity, we'll get a shiny trinket. So, if you want to get a shiny trinket, then we'll probably take this path over here with all the conveyor belts and the spikes, because that looks a lot more dangerous than going into an open area. This next portion is absolutely crucial to making Veni Vidi Vici as well designed and as memorable as it is. And I call it the Elevator of Demise. When you make this fall, you pass by the entire level. You see each and every screen that makes up this challenge that you're gonna have to overcome, and you get to see exactly what you're going to have to go through. And then, you land on the bottom, where there's a trinket so tantalizingly close, blocked by a single bump in the ground, and on the ground next to you is a terminal saying, "Ha! Nobody will ever get this one." First of all, this is the release to that tension release cycle I was talking about. Now you know exactly what that warning was all about, you've seen the beast with your own eyes, and now you're going to slay it to get that shiny trinket. You go into it filled with determination. Plus, now that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, you won't be overwhelmed by how difficult this is, and you won't be underwhelmed if it's not as hard as you thought. The game could have just as easily spat you out at the side without our little
elevator of demise.
And you would just see this endless gap, not knowing where on earth it ended, or where on earth the turnaround point happened, or which way you would ever need to turn. And halfway through beating it, you would probably just throw in the towel out of frustration. You wouldn't have any idea if you're even making a dent in the level. But with the
elevator of demise,
you think, alright, just one more screen and I'm at the turnaround point. I can do this. Which is exactly the attitude a developer wants the gamer to have. So, closing statements. Hype is a powerful tool. One thing that's really cool is seeing that power of hype be put into something like a video game, like used within the video game to hype its own levels. And if you can hype something and then deliver, then that makes it all the better. Fortunately, this is what happened with Veni Vidi Vici. It got hyped up by its own levels beforehand, and then when it came time to do the level, you did the level and it was satisfying and it was awesome. I'm Chongo, and this has been Vidya Talks. Thank you for watching.